Ever wonder what we intelligent, independent, adventurous types drink? Celestial Seasonings herb tea.
Hi out there, people. I hope you're having a great day. I felt extremely depressed as of late about the state of the world and the capacity of human beings to commit great acts of evil upon themselves. So to distract myself from that, we're going to try something real fun. We're going to have a little tea comparison here. Tea is one of my favorite drinks. I don't drink coffee, but I do drink tea quite often because, well, it's easier to make. Today, we're going to be comparing the peach tea from Celestial Seasonings to the raspberry tea. And at the end of the video, I'll tell you which of those is my favorite. So let's get into it. First up, we're doing the peach tea. Okay, here we go. This is the peach tea. Country Peach Passion from Celestial Seasonings. I got both of these teas from the fruit tea sampler. There's also, I think, blueberry tea and a couple others, cherry tea too. But today we're just doing peach and raspberry because those are the only ones I have left. As you can see there, it's got a very nice color to it, very peachy, true to life and all that. I think this pleasant cup of tea will also help me because I have a bit of a cold or something, probably from the weather. My nose has been stuffed up and my throat's been sort of itchy, so maybe this will help with that. Let's give it a try. Damn, this smells good. Here we go. That's a nice warm little sip there. I have a lot of interesting thoughts these days, like the fact that there's no legitimate counterculture anymore because the internet creates homogeneous thought. But this tea makes all of that disappear. All my worries are gone when I drink this nice cup of tea. There's a nice little teacup too. It has flowers on it. And before I was sipping this tea, I had very little hope for the human race, but now, with this tea down my gullet, I'm in a little better mood. That's got a nice kick to it. As an asexual, I'm routinely dehumanized by everyone around me. Every single day is a living death. But hey, at least I've got this tea. I only slept about 5 hours last night because it's extremely difficult to sleep, and every time I wake up I'm reminded of who I am and what I've done, and I'm racked with immense guilt. But hey, at least I have tea. I can barely see myself in anyone anymore, and I'll never have sex or a job, but at least I've got this refreshing peach tea. Okay, well, I guess I'll finish this cup of delicious peach tea, and then I'm going to pour raspberry into the same cup, or rather I'll put the bag in first and then pour from the kettle. So, see you then.
Even the box is special. And when you open it, oh, ever walk into a tea shop?
Alright, and here we have the beautiful raspberry zinger tea. You can see it's a nice blood red. I poured this about 15-30 seconds ago, and it's already colored the water a great deal. So that's beautiful. I guess this is supposed to be more of an energy tea, hence the zinger label. Not like an energy drink. It's not chock full of caffeine or neuropeptides or whatever the fuck is in Bang. It's just a sort of peppy tea that's designed to get you going as opposed to the slower, more calm and soothing peach type tea. So let's give this one a try. It's got a real nice aroma to it. It actually smells much more potent than the peach tea did, so I like that. Ooh, very hot, but this one is also extremely flavorful. There's much more of a kick to this one than the peach tea. Yummy. It's weird. It's very sour, but the raspberry flavor comes through. It tastes less like raspberries that you would get in the store, and more like raspberries that you pick out in the wild, which I've had before, and they have a very distinct flavor to them. I guess what it is that it's concentrated raspberry. I've been having a lot of strange thoughts such as that an atomizing urban environment causes us all to forget how to treat each other as human beings, and everyone is going to become an egotistical misanthrope who's convinced of their moral superiority to everyone else, and we're all going to fight to the death. And that's how cities are going to turn out. Man, I love living in the city, because I get to drink my tea here. This is a delicious cup of tea. I'm glad I get to drink tea as an American. It's very interesting that America fought the British in part over their right to drink tea, and then once we won our independence, we just switched over to drinking coffee instead, so it never really mattered to begin with. Man, these days, barely anyone has any faith in our public institutions, let alone the democratic process, but at least I get to drink my tea here in America. That's delicious. That's a damn lip-smacking good cup of tea. It has a nice little kick to it. I can see why they call this tea Raspberry Zinger. I may be discriminated against for my entire life on the basis of factors beyond my control, such as my autism or my sexual orientation, by everyone, but at least I have this tea. I'm certainly not immune from bias, neurosis, or any other affliction that curses the pathetic, weak, fragile human mind. But that's okay, because I'm self-aware enough to acknowledge it, and I have tea. I'm going to retreat inward, away from the world and into my own head, which is an inescapable prison of my own creation, and the only thing that I feel I can trust with any certainty anymore. People may openly admit to invalidating my own lived experience, but hey, at least I've got this delicious Raspberry Zinger. I'm such an egotistical misanthrope. But hey, at least I've got self-loathing and tea. This tea is really helping my depression. I'm going to finish this cup of delicious Raspberry Zinger, then I'll give you my final thoughts on the state of both teas and which one is the better tea.
Celestial seasonings taste richer. They put in more fruit and herbs. No, I haven't actually counted them.
So, you're probably wondering, which tea stacks up? Well, I would have to say between the two, my favorite is actually Country Peach Passion, because I've had Country Peach Passion before, and the Raspberry Zinger is a little too energetic for my taste. It's got a little too much punch to it, and I like the mellow tones of the Country Peach Passion. I really like Celestial Seasoning tea because one of the first things I ever saw was a 90s commercial for it on VHS that was recorded off the Sci-Fi Channel. And it's incredible that Celestial Seasonings is still in business all these years later. They're a Colorado brand too, if I recall. One reason I might like the mellow, down-to-earth, calming tones of the Country Peach Passion a bit more is because I generally don't like taking risks. I'm an extremely risk-averse person because whenever I take a risk, it never ends up yielding any reward. For instance, the past 5 years I've attempted to make a ton of friends, but all of them have invariably backstabbed me once I reveal how neurotic I am. Despite claiming to be tolerant, understanding, progressive people, they're actually all misanthropic egotists. And I'm an equally misanthropic egotist, except I can admit as much because I'm mature and have self-awareness. Regardless if I can't make any friends, I'm certainly never going to have a girlfriend or a job or anything like that. Really, I don't mind being alienated from virtually everyone because it's inevitable, what with how much of a piece of trash I am. Tasty. I might be experiencing the signs of crippling depression, but at the very least, I have this delicious fucking fruit tea. Cheers, everyone. I hope you enjoy tea as much as I do.